10 minutes up to 3 o'clock. We're going to be here up to 5 o'clock. And yes, Chris, 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 how many times I call you? 3 times. Anytime we miss, you don't come. See me begging the man today. He tell me say your voice not good for radio. You man, why what kind of fun?
No,
If I may, you're not even supposed to be fun. Why you want to be Hemson for?
No, it's good. It's looking good. It's always
no. Hemson is not his style again.
It is.
No, I mean
I'm from Camp Johnsonville. I'm from the Howard University in Liberia. I know what it means to be a Hemson guy. And I know what it means to appear decent every time.
No, being Hemsworth is different from being decent. I mean, being decent is, something that everyone should be.
Well, there are people who will wear the expensive jewelry, and you don't see that beauty in them. There will be people that will appear very flashy. You don't see the beauty or the handsome in them. So for those of us that are blessed to be handsome, and when we put our donga flesh together, you see, it's perfect with us.
Yeah, but I mean, man.
Well, he said he's been. I mean, he's done with coal.
Yeah,
and you know he's local.
And you know
why? The man are farmers, so you might expect this time.
And you know what? All they brought for you today, I have packaged it, and I'm well off for the next 24 hours. Just to let you know, did I come today? Everything you've been, putting, you've been firing, it just came, and I'm.
At the time you are not here.
Don't pay that. No, nobody brought anything. I'm just kidding.
But even if they brought something for him, there's a tradition once he's not around. For those of us from Lofa, I'm a man uncle, so you give it to me. I will take 6 of 8.
What? No, I will keep it.
Oh, you know our tradition?
No,
I'm the uncle.
I will keep it.
Okay, no problem.
All right, so we have a commercial coming up, and from our Orange, the biggest GSM sponsor. Prime sponsor. Why there's coverage? Yes, if you got any rebuttal, the level you just keep it. But
I think they are excellent. They tell me a promotion so many after 6 this morning. When I saw it, I said, "Wow, they are excellent."
Yeah, they are excellent. So if you are just coming country to all of our Decembers, my man, you look at the Decembers, man.
Yeah, I'm expecting one. I'm expecting one because a brother's supposed to be in country anytime soon. I was for now, so I'm expecting one. So I want to put myself in a situation where when he comes, I will not feel so inferior. I will feel like I'm one of those.
A brother or a friend?
A brother.
Okay.
Because... A brother.
And you keep emphasizing on the brother is that you expect other family members.
I'm talking about bloodline.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
All right. So Orange is if you are just coming in the country, I would like to say welcome, and please do not forget to get your Orange SIM card. You can get it at any POS. Right. Any Orange stores in town, or you can just get at the HQ headquarters or at the 13th Street in Cinco. Those are all points you can places you can go. Card, you will get all of the information that you're supposed to get. And also, if you go on Facebook, just type Orange Liberia, and then you will get everything that you're supposed to know about Orange. All of the latest information, yes, you will get it from Orange. All right, so Orange remains Liberia's best GSM company. So let me say good afternoon to the HR. Mommy, how you doing? The last time the rest told me that you weren't fine, but I think you are okay now. Yes, HR Madam Estella Clark.
The Christmas OPS cutting.
Look, if I ready, I just walk to Orange. I get to the controller office, David.
It was that.
I go to the HR, Madam Estella. I go to who again?
It works like that.
Sarah Beginner. I will get it from.
I want to do the same. I want to get ready and just walk.
No, I was there before, so I feel comfortable going back and asking them for whatever I want to get from them. Yeah, so these are my people, candidate from the technical department.
Do you have an entitlement there? I'm asking if you have an entitlement then. Because there are sometimes when you are entitled to a, you go there for any time.
You know,
so I'm asking.
The issue of entitlement in Liberia is something we've always spoken about.
Okay.
People being so entitled to other people's money.
Right.
When you ask for money, and then if the person doesn't give it, it sounds like, oh yeah, maybe she, but the whole entitlement, I say there most often and talk about the entitlement.
Right.
On a serious note, I like money, right? But I feel like if I ask you, if you don't give it to me, I should not hold that against you.
Right. No, but that is not an entitlement. What is an entitlement is when you work for it becomes something you are entitled to.
No. For people understand that, for example, maybe you have this family in the US or you have the family in certain position, but then they feel like, okay, since this person is in this position, they are responsible for
your rent.
So if all this should come to an end, we must have a government where can provide opportunities for everyone.
People should be
not necessarily everyone, but at least 70 to 80% or 75 to 80% of the population to create jobs. So people are not sitting down and other people work. And then, but on the other side, nobody, for me, I believe that Liberians are strong people. They say, Liberians are lazy.
No, we're not lazy.
No.
We're not lazy. I know the time I can wake up in the morning.
Yes.
So we are not lazy.
Liberians are very, very strong, and they are waiting for the opportunities, to just grab it and do something. But if you have the opportunity now, like for you have the opportunity to be at the legislature, you cover the lower house, right?
Right.
And you interact with these people. You are working. You are blessed. Do you see that to be a blessing?
Well, it's the special grace of God. I always told people, I say it is the grace of God that carry me, and not just a blessing, but I think it is the grace of God that carry me, and I want to believe it is the same grace that has brought you thus far.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Orange is right here.
Let's shall come in water heading Mahalo. No quarry. How was in my sister Shona? I saw in next week episode. I said I would show him with your mother-in-law. Can be out for your house.
Chip, just my working with Filipino show business. Don't worry, I got the perfect solution for you. I heard it on the radio. They make the announcement again. Just listen.
More light at home. More possibilities for greatness. Orange Energy is a reliable solution to all light problems. Inspired by the sun and changing lives, one beam at a time. Brighter days are here. Orange Energy now provides reliable electricity at affordable rates, with solar kits starting at $6,565 Liberian dollars and monthly payments starting at $1,600 Liberian dollars. Visit any of our stores or POS to purchase your kit.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
I say, Orange now what's again? Orange now do again.
What they shouting at PSM for? You just pass here about them telling the whole community.
Oh, you don't hear the news? Orange got PC devices, smartphones, AirPods, and internet router.
You joking? Tell me more.
That's right. This is the season for more. Everyone deserves a smartphone and an internet device, and we have more to go around. Enjoy 50% discount on selected smartphones. Get yourself an Orange AirPods for $23 instead of the usual price of $45. All new customers enjoy 40% discount on the rechargeable home internet router. Purchase it for $41 instead of $69, and all old customers enjoy double when you activate any package on your home internet device. Dial *833# to activate. Visit any of our stores or POS to purchase. For more information, call 111 or visit our Facebook page. It's all about what matters to you. Orange.
Let's shall come in water heading Mahalo. No quarry. How was in my sister Shona? I saw in next week episode. I said I would show him with your mother-in-law. Can be out for your house.
worry, I got the perfect solution for you. I heard it on the radio. Let me the announcement again. Just listen.
More light at home, more possibilities for greatness. Orange Energy is a reliable solution to all light problems. Inspired by the sun and changing lives, one beam at a time. Brighter days are here. Orange Energy now provides reliable electricity at affordable rates, with solar kits starting at $6,565 Liberian dollars and monthly payments starting at $1,600 Liberian dollars. Visit any of our stores or POS to purchase your kit.
Brings you closer to what matters.
Orange.
No need to spend plenty of money on traditional septic tank that has a lot of different challenges. Biodigester septic tank is the best modern solution for all waste management. One biodigester septic tank can serve you for more than 25 years with no problem. Cheddar Construction Company of Africa Incorporated also gave 1 to 2 years period of free maintenance. Additional services include building construction, electrical wiring, plumbing, POP ceiling and sculpture, and many others. For more details, visit Cheddar office at Covenant Builders Campus, Vocal Mission, Painesville, Liberia, or call 0776-454130, 0776-454130, or 080984569. Or you can visit our Facebook page, Cheddar Construction Company of Africa Incorporated. Cheddar, your trusted partner for all construction needs.
All right, your trusted partner for all construction needs. Cheddar Construction Company is making airwaves, and you just listen to all all of the information that you need to know about Cheddar. Congratulations to me. Yes, a little raw. I consider it to be a little raw. But I'm going to do my best to
An ambassador
deliver.
is an ambassador, so you become ambassador.
So, Cheddar Construction Company of Africa, you can be located at the Covenant Builders Campus at the Vocal Mission in Painesville here. So, services provided are biodigester septic tank, building construction, electrical. They do electrical wiring.
Okay.
POP, we do.
Yeah, no.
POP, ceiling and window design, solar panel installation. So it's 100% reliable, affordable, and guaranteed. This is Liberia's own. This is 100% Liberian owned. So you can also call 0776-454130. 0776-454130. So that's it for Cheddar Construction Company. Yes, let's promote our own. Let's promote our brother. All right. So you want to say something about your building, and you want us.
Yeah.
You want our service. You want us to provide something for you. What do you need?
Yeah, well, I will have to try you people on one of the services, and I know you will do your best. The septic tank, because in it, I will have to do a septic tank right after the
25 years guarantee.
Yeah, the Christmas celebration. I will get in touch with you since you are the ambassador. But again, all of your lineups, I'm seeing them, and of course, I saw your promotion from Orange, Liberia, and
I finished you. When you do the lineup here, so that one
I just looking at your promos, all the stuff. But I think you got a lot of work to do, and it's not easy thing, because for me, I don't even go through all these things. I don't have the patience to go through to see you writing every time. I mean, you do this from Monday to Friday.
What you mean?
The lineup.
The lineup?
It's huge.
No. I mean, this is something that I want to talk about.
So you do it every day?
What you mean every day?
But you only show every day.
Yeah, but jotting them down is.
No, I mean, whatever you want to speak on, you write down every time.
No, I don't do it. These are talking points.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
No, it's not possible for you to write everything that you want to talk about.
You really have the time.
Well, I think I'm here to work. I'm not here to play. So I cannot keep everything in my
You
head.
are devoted. People like you can be devoted to the
no,
marriage.
listen to me. You see, I have this diary. It was given to me by Zizi von Echoes Radio.
Okay.
There, you cannot keep everything in your head, or else you will get old soon.
Right.
And when you are aging, you will forget quickly.
Right.
So all you have to do when you wake up in the morning, you do a to-do list. Get that today.
Okay.
When you do a to-do list, that means everything that you want to do for that day.
Okay.
So if you check here, I have a the date and everything I want to do, whatever that I want to buy, how much I'm going to spend on it and everything. Okay. It's not about that's what we are living for. So you have to be organized. If you're not organized, somebody will just pick you up one day and take care of you in the morning, bring it back. But if you're organized, you know what you want. I mean, you'll not just be all over the place. One friend will not just call you one, because you know what you have on your to-do list. The only time you see me maybe floating around, I would say floating around if I have absorbed my list.
That is excellent of you. So, and I think it is important, like you say, it keeps you on track.
Yes. Exactly. So stop keeping all of your, stuff in your head. You will get old soon, or when you're aging, you will forget quickly.
I came from the school system where we used to really memorize, from the Firestone school system, where you do 18 subjects.
Yes. Yes. It's actually not good. Mm-hmm. Yes.
No wonder why some of us can be talking about ourselves.
Yeah, it's actually not good for your health.
Right.
Well, I said to be corrected.
No, you're correct. You're right. You're right.
But memorizing, I did it in school. It is actually not too
and especially for our profession. That's why you see people go to press conferences. They do not have questions to ask, because they do not go with their notepads to jot down key points. When you jot down key points, you'll be able to ask questions. You can't tell me somebody will talk for 45 minutes and then you can't jot down anything for question.
Okay, so it's important. It's important. Every time I do that, I do my writing.
You got a very good penmanship.
I wake up early in the morning or in the night. No, Egosi, I beg you, please.
You from the Cali school system?
You already know my mother. If you start attacking me, I would say
you got a very good penmanship.
I would say the greeted back.
I love the penmanship.
Yeah, I write very well on. You just want me to be pressing myself. Today I'm market day. Today is Friday.
I like the way you can put the R, the E.
All right. I mean, we have a lot to do, Augustine.
Right.
So let me talk about this before coming down to the rest of the lineup. My church program is on Friday, the 22nd of Christmas.
Okay.
December.
Okay.
Yeah, the 22nd of December. I'm sorry. A Christmas program. So I'm inviting the public. We've been doing this for the past 13 years.
Okay.
This other celebration will make it 14. So we've been doing it. We usually we print out tickets, inviting people at different prices: $100, $200, $5 US, $20 US, $15 US, and come. It's entertaining.
Okay.
The folks are there. I mean, we are there together. We practice. We take like 2 months practicing, and it can be so interesting. And every time, 13 years doing this, just think about it. So I'm inviting you again. There are times people go there, they don't sit down until the program is like 2 hours, 3 hours in. And sometimes when the program in at 11, 12, the beast thing, we got to beg, they say, please go. Yeah.
Wow.
It starts by 6 p.m., sometimes 7 p.m., and then we go all the way. It can be so much fun. And the kids are performing, the young people are also. Myself, I'm in a dance group. You won't can see me dancing.
You can dance?
Yeah,
I expect that from you. You don't see your Lufia easily that can dance.
Yeah, even as soon as I'm a racket, I will be there.
You saw the president elect dancing on your birthday, right?
All right. So yes, we will be there, and we are inviting you. Our refreshment will be served. We will have refreshment.
Okay.
Refreshment will be available. So we are calling on you. Come and let's have wonderful time together. The team from the Bremo Mountain will be here anytime this week before Thursday.
How do we get the tickets?
The tickets are on sale. It will be at the church as well.
Okay.
And also here with me. So beginning, I told you thank you for reminding me. I told you to give me some of the tickets so I can have it here. So you can also contact me. I think it should be at the Cover Mission Academy right here in Painesville District number 6. And then the Entertainment Award, Liberia Entertainment Award. No, not Liberia, Painesville.
The Painesville Entertainment Award, the one they nominated you to serve as an MC?
Yes, host. So
host.
Yeah, okay. So I will be there with this Victor. Is a Victor from Punch FM. So we're going to serve as host for this event. It's on the 28th. Get your ticket. I'm going to be there live. We'll be outside the whole night.
Okay.
The whole night. People are begging me, I'm on hold your best. So we'll go. No, you have to pay. Yeah. So
you got some kind of red shoes. I'd love to see on your feet.
I've never worn. I have not worn that shoes for almost 1 year.
Yeah, I saw it the other time. I was going through your gallery. I saw it. I'm serious about it.
All right, and also on Friday, I posted in a group chat. On Friday, a sign of appreciation. It may not be too much. A small dry rice. I'm going to cook it, bring it here for all of my colleagues.
Okay.
And appreciating everybody for the level of work, especially this year. It's been very hectic.
Okay.
Election year this year have been very, very hectic. Tense for every one of us here. I mean, the entire media community, but at Truth FM, it's been so my little way of giving back, it may not be, I'm not going to spend $1,000. I'm not going to spend even up to $200. I'm not even going to spend up to $100 US.
But in that much you can identify with us, it means something.
Yeah, so I'm going to cook. I put it in a group chat. Cyprian say he wants to be here. He'll be here on Friday. Everybody say, my man, you will say your own, but it's a sign of appreciation, appreciating the CEO. I know he's not going to be here. The director general. Well, if he comes, fine. I mean, the debate is tomorrow. Is it?
But there will be tomorrow? Yeah, but there will be no debate for them here. Their debate will be on I think January. Okay. Before the election, because he has settled for the deputy speaker position from what we learned.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So yes. So the director general, the director of radio, right. The special consultant, I mean, the ERC, I mean, Marker, I mean, place it in a group chat, appreciating everyone. It has been so, hectic for us. Within this year, I went Sarah and I know how I got you guys on your toes. Right. I'll call you in the morning, 4, 5, 6. Please do this one for me. Can you please do it? And sometimes when I send articles, I wanted to.
I remember 5 minutes to the newsstand that morning. You sent me your communication. I said, "Where is the story?" You sent me the communication. You wanted it in the news. I was crafting my hairline already. Again, you sent it. I said, "Where's the story?"
And I did the same thing to Hensi. I did the same thing to Marka. Right. They said, then Marka would say, "What your problem?" I said, "I don't care. When I say you news story, you have to air it." So I mean. Sometimes we go back and forth, but at the end of the day, we have to appreciate each other for the level of work that we've been doing here. Yeah. So I'm not saying state of the nation because my boss is immediate boss is part of state of the nation. Right. I'm also going to be appreciating him with a little bowl of dry rice so that we can,
after you are shared on us, you're getting another one as an appreciation.
No. He's going to, it's not like state of the nation.
Yeah.
Because he's part of state of the nation and he has worked so hard. There are times he doesn't, he's not well. But when I just gave him a call and said, Chief, you have to come. We have to be able to do this together. And he will have to get out from his comfort zone. Okay. And the same thing goes to every one of you, your level of, service to Truth FM. Let me leave myself back. I know every time, you thank you. But I want to take this time to say thank you. And I have benefited from Truth FM as well. Truth FM has actually impacted me, so I must appreciate. So a little dry rice will be here, not for the public,
Okay.
not for the
Yeah,
public.
because when you sit on the radio and make some pronouncement without being definite, you have people come and say, I thought you invited all of us.
Yeah. So
So the guy cooking 3 cup of rice for us, staff us at RCR, not follow us, not call us, not listen to us.
Yeah, so
appreciate
those
people.
of you
Every time you call on the radio, appreciating people.
Those of you on the TBS as well. I mean, early in the morning, you are here early in the morning. The TBS 1 and the TBS 2, the 2 teams are here early in the morning as well. And I want to say thank you to everyone. I'm doing this because I love work, and I mean the work this year can. If you try to tell, to measure what, the news department, the radio department, and every other department, especially, it just been so much.
Right.
Yes, you guys have been so exceptional, and I must appreciate. And the Director General, as young as he is, he participated, he lost, and the stress and everything. Something I look at and say, Chief, your body is, you have reduced so much, and he said, I will get back to the gym.
The man going back in the gym.
Yeah, he's in the gym now, and I mean, so that's it.
The muscles all standing.
So it been so tense. It been so regular colors. Somebody say regular color. Somebody say regular color. I'm begging you, regular color. Yeah, man. So I'm not even going to use up to $60. But I will ensure that it's well prepared.
Coming here. The day you want to your own, she'll pronounce on the radio.
All right, so yeah, I mean the text messages are coming too. So he said, Bobby Addison, how you doing, sir? He said, include us. All right, so our lineup for today is the last time we'll be talking about violence against women in the media and politics. Okay. I was in Marigebe, and we did this post-elections survey. So we'll also be looking at that. And we'll go to Maryland. We'll go to Maryland very soon in a few seconds. We'll go to Maryland to talk with Rashford Gardiner. Okay. Yes. And I'm moving around town and I'm getting fresh air.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm looking at the S in the arrest.
Right.
The Unity Party manifesto.
Right.
So we'll look at the S in the arrest.
Right.
That is sanitation sanitation in health. I said to be corrected.
The S in the arrest.
Yeah, it stands for sanitation.
So I think maybe it's sanitation.
Yes.
Sanitation for safe living.
Yes.
Oh yeah, for strong life.
Yes.
Because once you have a clean environment, automatically you're going to have a healthy time. So.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
There's absolutely a serious job being done, and
serious one.
Thankfully, you've added it on your on the lineup because we've thought to talk on it.
Mm-hmm.
This should be commendable on the part of people who are taking the initiative.
Yeah.
Not many of us good at cleaning our communities, even our homes.
Mm-hmm.
There are people who will cook, they will leave the cook out and the arches all in the kitchen.
Yeah.
They will pull down the plastic bag all in the street.
Mm-hmm.
You don't sit in my vehicle and throw down the plastic bag. If you buy a plastic bag, water, you don't throw it down.
It should not be so.
You should put it in the vehicle. Leave it in the vehicle. So thank you for adding it there.
Yeah, so we'll look at that. And we'll also go to the US to talk with Gabriel Williams.
Okay.
Gabriel Williams and Emmanuel D. Abalo. These are former officials of the Presidency of Liberia. Okay. They issue a joint statement and applauding the US for imposing sanctions. Yeah, so
on officials of government.
Yes, of course.
And they want more.
Well, let's hear from him more coming up, and let's because last year I can remember April, I think it was April 2021, 2022, they did an article and asking the US government to sanction officials who
who are allegedly corrupt.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I read that in his article that was in the statement that was published. So we will go to him and we have a lot to talk about. We will also be touching as a former as a former executive of the PUL, we have, also have few questions to ask him with regards to the crisis.
There's ruling today.
Yes.
They are hand down the ruling from the Supreme Court.
Yeah, I listened to it this afternoon with so you can also jot down that if you feel like you don't want to write, you can't come in here. You don't have pen and paper, my man.
I writing. You see me on my phone. I do everything through my notebook. I do my notebook. The war is so simple now.
No. Don't confuse me. You are on WhatsApp.
Writing. Yeah, but I'm writing.
You are on WhatsApp.
I'm having conversation.
You don't confuse me.
I'm having conversation.
Don't jab me.
I'm not jabbing you.
Okay.
I'm aware of all of the.
All right.
One thing I do for myself in the morning there's this, just as for those of us that came from the plantation, it is in us.
What the inside you?
5 o'clock don't mean me sleeping.
Yes.
Yeah. So what I do in the morning, I got 2 main platforms
that you have to follow.
That I have to go through. I go through my social media platform that is inclusive of the WhatsApp and that of Facebook. Then from there, I visit my email because there are people who send out mails. Okay. So every morning before I leave my room, I make sure I visit my social media platforms and that of my email. To know what mail do I have, and what are the trending national issues. I also go to the local dailies. I visit the websites of the local dailies to see
it's important,
right? What are the happenings? But just to let you know, the Ministry of Finance, the executive through the Ministry of Finance has submitted the long-awaited, long cried for the 2024 national draft budget. They submitted today in the tune of 625.57 million United States dollars, and there's a drop in this budget. And one thing I know for sure, there will be a recast to the budget because the budget that is being prepared is prepared for the execution of the CDC agenda, President Weah's agenda. 100% that budget is prepared for the execution of the CDC government agenda. And I know the Unity Party has her own agenda and they want for their programs to be fatter. So automatically, once you have that, there will be a recast of the budget so that programs of the Unity Party government will be fatter.
Yeah.
So because I do not want to believe that they will just okay. And because when you it means you have to work on all of the programs of the CDC. And I want to believe that Minister Samuel Toy team, what they did is they did all they could so that whatever project that the CDC talked of or President we are thought of that is yet to be implemented, be factored in this budget, be done from this budget. So if Joseph Boaka and his team is to have their own agenda or their programs executed as he will be turning the legislature, because he will be presenting his legislative, his programs to the legislature, and so automatically you have to go through a recast. One thing I know for sure is I know there will be a call for 1/12 of the budget to be used as per the budget law.
It's a prediction.
Oh yeah, because the budget is just coming before the legislature. They I don't know whether they can debate it within 6 to 8 days, because the president wrote and they had an extension of 10 working days. So I don't know whether they can deliberate only so that, because you got to read through the budget. The budget is bucket. You got to read through the budget to know how to allocate.
It's bucket. Yeah. On the Business and Economic Forum, I went one day. Reading, I woke up. I left off. I read, and I what I wanted to get, I got it.
Okay,
but it was very, very hectic. Last week we should have discussed the budget on the business and economic front, but we weren't on. But we currently have Rashford Gardiner
on the line, right?
Yeah,
he's ready now. He's on now. Yeah,
you've been waiting for you to end.
Yeah, so we ending, and so Rafa, what we are saying is the budget, the long-awaited budget is founded before the legislature today. The speaker received the budget. And I think they will start to deliberate on it. One thing I know for sure, like I said,
the speaker received the budget
today. Yeah, he received the budget on behalf of the legislature.
Okay, so there is celebration in Plebo as rumors of a rerun over the disputed electoral district number 2. So give us update. Rashford Gardiner is our Southeastern correspondent and analyst. He's on the line from Maryland. It's good to have you on, sir.
Rafa, are you there?
Magdalene, and I want to say a happy pre-New Year.
Yes, sir.
from the tip of the southeastern part of Liberia.
You want me to hold it for you?
To all of the many listeners of the program, State of the Nation.
Okay. All right. So, celebration. You cannot tell us what's actually happening in district number 2?
Sure. So, Plebo erupted in, I would say, a customary style of celebration with supporters of the embattled speaker, Buffalo Chambers, running about at their headquarters and in other major streets of Plebo City, saying that Chambers will win. Chambers, in fact, has won. And so there was some state of confusion. And upon our own investigation, we only found out that there might be a rerun of at least 2 polling stations, which were heavily contested and mentioned in the ongoing protest case of the Speaker Buffalo Chambers with at the National Election Commission. So that's why they were running around and celebrating with palm branches and riding their motorcycles, some sitting backwards on the bike, back to back, and making a whole lot of noise around the place.
Now, Rafa, I'm told that the Board of Commissioners has not ruled. Where did you actually? Where the people say they got their information from that the speaker? There might be a rerun at the 2 polling places within the area.
Well, that's the million-dollar question. Everyone was like, "But wow, who said that?" And yes, we've been following the proceedings at the NEC, even though after such proceedings, you don't get much from the local guys here of NEC. They are usually tight-lipped, but that's the million-dollar question. Everyone was surprised, and this is a rather cunning situation, which usually, considering the level of illiteracy and ignorance of most Liberians, we hear that sort of news, people are going to run with that information and say, hey, in Liberian English, hey, the man finna win, and what if they should find out at the end that he did not win, or if NEC rules against him or whatever goes against him, they're going to say, but they cheated, man, and that's how the information management and dissemination is very important. But the thing is that many people are just not, literate, or they lack that level of understanding. Wait for the process before, jumping up and celebrating.
So what are you seeing from the angle of Ellis Williams? Is that Anthony Williams, from the angle of Anthony Williams supporters?
Well, Anthony Williams' supporters have been quiet. Just before just after I think we reported that when the NEC declared him as winner, and then you had another wave, flurry of protests from the speaker and incumbent representative of District 2 County, Buffalo Chambers. They were celebrating widely, but like yesterday they were dumbfounded, and everyone was confused as to why these guys were jumping around and all of that. I spoke earlier today with the press attaché of Speaker Chambers, Bobby Addison, who also expressed surprise about the joyous, wild celebrations of supporters of the speaker in Maryland County, and so apparently someone may have just spread a rumor that there's going to be a rerun. This is something they've been asking for. Of course, we know that the speaker and his team at the NEC hearing have been asking for a rerun of certain areas, but that hasn't been officially, declared or said by the next. So he himself, talking about Bobby Addison, the president, the speaker, he himself said, well, we all have to wait, but that information, of course, did not emit from the office of the speaker.
Okay.
Yeah, so when I heard about it, I placed a call to him. So maybe after a year, we can we'll call you, Bobby. He's interim right now. We will call you. All right, but you want to add it?
No, he can go, but because we've been following the case from the magistrate, to the Board of Commissioners, we with the ultimatum that they will hear, if not come out with a verdict on tomorrow, because it was to be on yesterday, and they said on Wednesday, that is tomorrow. So one thing I can say for sure, like we always told people on our platforms, let's remain as professional, let's remain as responsible in our quest for whatever until I always told people the law is the law, and that's came from the CEO of RCA. He said the law is the law. So if somebody sees a reason, if someone sees a reason to go through the law, and people say, hey, don't bend the law, don't do that, don't do this, then we're not going anywhere. One thing you can do for yourself is the best area to get justice is from the law. You go to the court and get justice. So let's call upon the both supporters to remain responsible as they go about waiting on the Board of Commissioners to do the announcement as to whether there will be a rerun. Because when there is a rerun, then there is a probable cost. Then there are reasons because you got social professionals at the NEC. At the level of the Board of Commissioners, you got professionals, you got lawyers, you got counselors.
Okay.
So they will look into the facts, the witnesses' testimonies. They will look into it and they will determine as to whether there will be a rerun. And sometimes there might even not be a rerun because we saw some of the witnesses. We witnessed. We saw evidence. And those pieces of evidence that were adduced before the magistrates and the commissioners, there might be a rerun or not a rerun, but a recount.
So let's wait and hear from the National Elections Commission, because they're close with the authority to ensure. So you have I know the media, everywhere in Liberia, they have been doing exceptionally great with regards to the process. So you keep calming them down. Yeah, please. So let's talk about the self-repair of the Southeastern Road. If you look here, Augustine, you see this is the
truck is stuck.
Yes. So tell us, what's the condition of the Southeastern roads now?
Well, as you rightly said, the Southeastern roads for the past 6 years have been self-repairing during the dry season, and then this has been the situation wherein because of the fact that central government has totally neglected the Southeastern road networks. The surprising thing is that they have this thing in Monrovia that all the Southeastern roads are being fixed, but we on the ground see no evidence of that. However, because of the sunshine and we're now experiencing the effects of the Hamilton wind, the roads are beginning to dry up fast. So many trucks which had been stuck from Nimba County, that's lower Nimba County, to Grand Jide and parts of River G County, are like moving now towards the dead end of the Southeastern region, and by that I mean Maryland, Grand Cru, and River G, even Grand Jide County, yes. And so those trucks are beginning to move through, even though there are still challenges, especially at the boundary, the notorious boundary, if I may, between River G and Grand Jide counties. People have started expressing, some, especially by the statement made by the incoming president, Ambassador Joseph Yoma Boykai, that, hey, yes, the Southeastern region did not really support Mr. Boykai for some reason or the other, but some are saying that they're expressing hope that, yes, maybe he will live by his word and do something about it, because the basic thing about the roads in this region is that the areas that are saturated in the past had culverts channeling the flow of water beneath the road, even though the road were not paved. But at no time in the past you had trucks stuck for months and months, and roads completely cut out. Even getting motorcycles through where is a challenge, So that's the situation. This means that goods, in fact, the price of gasoline has reduced to $1,000 per gallon, which was just last week we had it at $1,080. So the price of a gallon of gasoline now has now come down to 1,000 Liberian dollars. This would also eventually affect the prices of other basic commodities like rice and what have you on the local markets in the southeastern region. Okay, so I mean, you just put it right. I was just about to ask, how is it whether people are still paying the same fare from from town to anywhere in the southeast? How is it transportation issue? Well, the transportation fares remain the same. Remains the same? Why they have? But they have there's okay. Go on. Well, mostly, especially over the past 5 months or so, people have resorted to mostly motorcycles or going through La Côte d'Ivoire. It's quite cheaper, surprisingly, if you have going alone. Using the Ivorian public transport, it costs less than $75. You won't believe this, but within Liberia, you're not going to pay anything less than 20,000 Liberian dollars from Harper to Ganta by motorcycle, per person. That is just someone swinging free without any load or so. Imagine how much it's going to cost you if you had some load at or something of the sort. So, the prices actually remain the same. Unless for the motorcycles it's dropping a bit, but for those vehicles which come through on the roads, the fare remains the same. So, where is the superintendent of Maryland County currently? Okay, the superintendent George Prout returned to Maryland County 3 days ago, and he said that there had been rumors that he had fled the county, especially after the defeat of the CDC in the presidential elections. But the superintendent said he did not flee the country or county. He needed time, as every other sedition, to rest his mind, because the defeat was not expected. They were very, very sure of winning, but he, like every other, he said he in fact is bold enough to admit that it's a difficult situation. He said some seditionists are trying to hide the fact that it's a difficult thing to go through, but he's saying that it's difficult, and he needed some time to rest his mind. So he's back. He's back in town. Days or weeks. Yes, he's back in Harper, right? He's back in Harper. I send my greetings to him. An MD called me and was working me last night. He said, I said, Chief, they take your hair, they take your hair power. And he was just laughing. He said, you thought you would explain, you would get tired. No evidence. Explain tired, no evidence. So extend our greetings to him anyway. The overall buzz, I mean the CEO, the president has conceded. So yes, that it flow down to everyone.
That's the video.
Yes.
No small defeat.
No small defeat. They take a helmet. Right for her? Okay. All right.
So there's no small defeat. We've said it over and over. There's no
Yeah.
small defeat. Defeat that defeat.
Yeah.
No small defeat.
You know, I usually see it, and then sometimes the Lord will be like, Madeline, you sure I beat Feeder City in elections
On the campus there?
Yes. A class election that everybody wanted to be, you know, that the class was so packed. I mean, the instructor was so good and everything. So we had an election and beat Feeder City. But in one of his, during his speech, he said, you know, our co-host on Henry Costa, I said, oh, okay, I'm coming for you. After he did his speech and I came up, when I gave my speech, the whole crowd, whoa. We went outside. And that's funny thing about politicians that always like to use that, you know, scenario to talk to our young people or our voters or electors, right? We were outside and Fidel bought me sour milk that mean $20 or $50 sour milk. We were sucking outside. Candidates, why they were arguing who was the best, and I was the winner. I beat him. When I beat him and I had my inauguration, Madame Madela Cooper, and went there and gave one or two words to the, but that is it. No small election. There's no small election. All right. So I know for sure there's no small election. So Augustine, let's go now to the S in the sanitation. Right. You started already. So let's begin with you.
So let me say thanks to all of you that have taken the initiative to clean our cities. That is because I went to Maigibi and I saw some work being done. I drove through the airport road. I saw some work being done. I saw some initiatives, and I have traveled to Pingsville. I have traveled to Monrovia City. And there's great work being done. And what is being done, if it continues, it means there was some leadership deficit on the part of our city mayors. There was some leadership deficit on the part of our city mayors, because I can't remember how many times they ever declared lack of support. They voiced out lack of support to the two cities. One thing I can say for sure is one mayor has been here consistently, but heavily involved into politics of the day, forgetting to know that he has a task, and that task was to ensure that the city of Monrovia is clean and green. There were a lot of press conferences that were held. There were a lot of programs that were being talked about. The billboards were all planted in town, and some of us, we even congratulated the initiatives, the moves, thinking that they would have come to fruition. Unfortunately, the most of the pronouncements that were made by the outgoing law mayor in Jefferson Tamakoji were not experienced, and one of the mayors could not be seen easily. That is Pam Besha of Pingsville. I can't remember the last time I ever saw her in Pingsville visiting some sites. We some of us who move around, we know exactly how dirty is Pingsville and that of Monrovia. This is the city where when people come from out there, they will love to come, especially Pingsville. Pingsville is full of a lot of entertainment centers, and so when you have people coming to have coming for break, they will want to go to places. And sometimes when you're traveling along the road, you see dirt all in the gutters. You see dirt all along the road. One of the discussing thing was the RI road. When you're driving along that road, you see people take their dice from their homes. They come and place it right along the road. So I want to say thanks to those of you who have taken on the initiative. And my only question to you is, do not do this thing because you want to prove that you love Ambassador Joseph Boakai. Do not do this thing because, you want to prove you love Jeremiah Kuhn. Do not do it because you want a job. Do it from your heart. Do it for the betterment of the community. Do it for your own health. A healthy environment is life. Okay, it's a healthy life. So I have asked some of the people that I saw along the road working, cleaning up, asking them to take on this initiative, not just for the inauguration, not just when Boakai is seated as president and Jeremiah Kuhn is seated as vice president, then it is over. No. Sanitation is with us. It begins with us. So once we can take on the initiative, there are young people who are involved into this thing, and the people that are involved, they are all from the communities. Can we make this thing a normal duty of us, or our responsibility, our monthly responsibility, like every last Saturday? Let's do this thing have it as our cleanup day, wherein every community youth will take on the initiative to clean the gutters, to clean the communities, to ensure that wherever that is butchered. So because there are people who got their homes, if not homes, who got their land, their property, they are not in that property, and they allow it to go so butchered. Sometimes let's take on the initiative and cut the grass around our houses. Let's take on the initiative and clean the football field. Let's take on the initiative, clean our gutters around us, because we want to have a free flow of the water. Because we do not want to have mosquito breeding in our communities, in our homes. Can we start to take these initiatives? Can we have these initiatives void of politics? Can we have these initiatives void of our political lines, void of wanting job? If we can start to do these things, trust me, we're going to have a better Liberia. We're going to have better cities. Our cities can be compared to other cities in that much that we can put ourselves together and start to take on these initiatives. So again, I'm kind of asking you why you have started. Let it be out of us business. Let it continuously be our business. Let's continue to do this. Whether Ambassador Boaka will be doing the rightful thing or not, let's continue to keep our community safe. Let's keep it clean, because when we do these things, the cockroaches will go away from us. The mosquitoes will go away from us. We will not start to complain about malaria patient at the increase at GFK or ELW hospital. The rate of people suffering from typhoid will decrease. The rate of people suffering from mosquito will also decrease, because these are the everyday sicknesses that will come across. And sometimes every front of people telling me, say, my own sickness that typhoid, my own sickness that malaria. No, it is not your sickness. It is the environment that you've created that is making you to suffer from these diseases at every point in time. So when you have a clean environment, when you have a safe home, you're going to remain healthy. And once you have health, you're going to think wisely to make things for yourself. You can build that mansion you want to build when you are healthy. Without health, you and I will not sit there this afternoon to talk to our people. Thank you so kindly.
Yeah, let me just add up, Augustine. The COVID-19 testing hall that was at the
airport?
No, not the airport, but
Sophie, okay.
They had a huge pile of garbage over there.
Wow.
You could even stay on the garbage and enter in the fence.
Wow.
You can be testing people for COVID, and then you also be harboring other diseases, right? So that was it was a serious fight we're on. Johnson Batoma and I.
Okay.
We were on it like for almost 3 weeks until the MCC went there. They cleared the entire area. And then they put the mini signboard, no dumping, and they put fine over there. And I kept checking, and I usually go there.
Okay.
I go there and check that identical area. So we have to move. It should not be like remote control. You have to tell people, come and tell. The same way with Dubrow Market.
Right.
The same way with Dubrow Market. I went to get onion. I did onion or Vida to cook that early morning.
Okay.
I enter the place, they stage, they sand.
Bad order.
Hit. So I want to ask, who is the
market superintendent?
Yes, who is the head here? I'm like, what you want? Who is it? I said, okay. I kept asking, and I went to this old lady. See the kids. I told her, I said, with all due respect, Mama, you are old. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the little children. They will get cancer.
Resistant.
Yes, they will be affected. So I said, okay, I'm very nice today. The next time I'm coming, I'm going to be all my cameras, I'll put you on the camera.
Right.
And then I'll tell the whole world you are keeping this place messing up. And then after 3 days, I did 3-4 days, I saw 3 trucks over there. And they kept holding that gap for in the morning. And the same way, look, let me tell you, we can have clean environments, right?
Right.
We did it with the cemetery right down Dubois Road, and they keep and should we be waiting right now? The team that is cleaning the city for the inauguration, or Christmas and
Oh, they did.
inauguration.
I just passed there. They did
They
extremely
are
well.
doing extremely well.
yeah.
If it can happen in other countries like Kigali,
It can happen here.
It can happen here. We they see him.
We got to see fast.
We have to change our mindset.
Right.
They've seen where to Mary Broad School. I met her at the Centennial Pavilion. I told her, I said, "Oh man, that school that they name in your honor, that school over there, not the school itself, but the surrounding there is messed up.
The physical, I don't know.
It's not the school authority, right? But the community is keeping. I said, oh man, that place that they're spoiling your knee, or you can fight garbage. She said, okay, but after some time we did we call on the people of that community, the GSA right here, right to the GSA fence. They are still dumping. So when in that time, when they broke the whole thing down, but it was so. It's the garbage is still, it will affect the students.
So what is needed for this coming government? What is needed to curtail this height? If this height of chunking diet along the road or putting our diet to anywhere we feel, if it is to stop, you know what we need to do? Those of us that made diet, because you and myself can make diet. There's no one I would say they can make diet. Once you can sweep your area, you got diet. Okay, there's no way you can say you will not make that or you can't make diet. We have to stop giving our diet to our brothers, because trust me, just visit the Japan Freeway. I drove through that road day before yesterday. I was on that road. I drove from Nafa strictly to Dupont Road here. I drove along that road. The guys have done extremely well. They have cleaned the drainage, and then they took the dirt off. The trucks were along the road taking the dirt. But guess what? I went very close to the water, and then I was observing. Just as they take the dirt, they are bringing the dirt back. Just as the truck take the dirt, the next morning you come, you see dirt there. And those acts are being created or committed by our brothers. The ones we refer to are the disadvantaged youth. The people you see.
The people who not disadvantaged, they will give it to the disadvantaged youth.
You see, you give the dirt to the man. He got no dumping site. He got no dumping site. You give the dirt to the man. What he does is he takes it to the mirror. He takes it back at the back of your house, because sometimes you get the dye, they don't carry. As soon as they get at the back of your yard, they place the dye there. And then the mosquitoes start to breed.
Yeah, I got right in front here.
Truth FM.
We move on to we don't cook here.
We don't cook here.
When we come in the morning, the guys say, oh, I say I can fight garbage.
Yeah. You see the part of that.
They will put it there. When I reach, I can be like, "Hey, my God, why are you doing this to us?"
From here to GSA Junction, just drive and you see what happened.
But I think the folks working, though.
They're working. The folks are working for people bringing the dirt back. So we need to talk to our people in the communities to stop giving the dirt to these people.
Yeah, sure.
And that's why the new government that will come, whoever that will be appointed mayor, you need to bring, how they call them, SEBs or SEOs. The people that go about collecting the garbage, you know, the people that go about, there are organizations that will register with the city government. They'll be responsible to take people dirt. So these people now will place continuous, if not, they will designate sites where community dwellers can carry their dirt. Because in that much that you do not have a specific site for people to waste their dirt, and when you give the site, you must make sure every 1 or 2 days you go for the dirt. Because if you don't do it, the area get overfilled, and then you have the dirt spreading in the communities.
That's it.
Okay, so the best thing they can do for themselves is to bring these people who will go to the homes, register the homes, make sure that every day there are people who pass around to collect their dirt.
So, Augustine, let me tell you, we're looking at the fight of corruption and other things, but one of the serious challenges of this incoming government is the fight against garbage collection.
Right, garbage collection.
Sanitation. That is your guy in the arrest. It's going to be a...
Where you got out all of things from arrest?
Arrest, it means...
Why? Rehabilitation,
yes, education, sanitation, and tourism. Tourism,
it boosts the economy.
yes.
Right.
Tourism
Boosts
is, collects
economy.
billions of dollars.
Right. And we got beautiful tourist sites.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got beautiful tourist
Beautiful.
sites.
But I mean, we can't digest everything right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but on a serious note, I'm very, very much interested in this arrest.
So this arrest,
Mm-hmm.
the execution of this arrest can be debated from the recast budget they will have, because what somebody and also one sitting somewhere say, but why do you think they will recast? They will have to recast.
Yeah, because they got
to suit their programs.
Of course.
They want the budget that has been prepared by Samuel Twe and the rest of the minister, other people, because the budget is being prepared from.
Did they include arrest in it?
What
No.
They didn't get. I mean, they don't have arrest, but
So
they got money allotted to agriculture, rehabilitation, road connectivity, education. You automatically you have money for sanitation and that of tourism. You have it. They're all the setup, but then the execution can be the problem. So the only way this arrest can be executed if you arrested, because this is an immediate solution we're talking about. We're not talking about wait for 1 year or 2 years, because mind you, we are running a calendar year now. Okay, now that says one thing again, a calendar year now, as per the new budget law. It starts from January 1 to December 31. And that's why you're supposed to have 3 months prior to the expiration of the budget for the budget submission. Unfortunately, Samuel Twe, they failed again to do this. They did not submit the budget in time. The budget did not come in time. And that's why you see there might not be a lengthy deliberation on the budget. There might not be, if there will be, because the budget has a committee as well. But again, taking into consideration our lawmakers, and that's why we called upon the new breed of lawmakers, the 55th legislators. Those of you that are coming, those of you that have been certificated, and those of you that are hopeful of being certificated, like my own man, Prophet Timothy. Yeah. Those of you that are hopeful, oh yeah, he's hopeful. He's not hopeful. He's hopeful. So
he's hopeful.
He's hopeful.
Well,
if he's not hopeful,
we have to listen to Nick. I can't say
who goes to court with a motive of losing.
Well, I do not want to get myself involved.
No, you can't be
with that.
But
I don't want you asking
listen,
the question.
Anthony,
before you,
Madeline, even Anthony Williams, he's hopeful of being certificated. In as much that you go through a legal proceeding, you do not go there to lose. So what I was saying in a nutshell,
forget about that.
So what I was saying in a nutshell is this. What I was saying in a nutshell is this. Those of you that are coming as lawmakers, those of you that will be member of the 55th, if you are to be a good legislator, pay attention to your research analysts.
Sure.
Some of you don't go for research in your offices. You do not have the time already. You don't have the time. And I like people who attach importance to looking for research officers. When you employ a research officer, for those of you who got research officers, it's easier for you. So the only thing you do, maybe you don't have the time for me now. If our lawmaker, I say, okay, where I want to go, this identical, since there is importance being attached to road connectivity, I go to see how much is being allotted. I mean, because the appropriation will be done, the lawmakers will do the appropriation. You know what is there? Why was they are listening? They say majority, if not 98% of the budget is from domestic revenue. Okay, so you know exactly because there where you want to pay attention, you can tell your research officer to help you go through the budget, some key areas, like help you, because you don't have the time to reach you.
Before we move on to the next topic, we'll take calls. My people will take calls. You have to participate. You can talk about anything. I mean, since we came here 2:30, we've been talking about different topics. So everyone, is it a position within the
legislature?
No, within an office. A legislator office, a research analyst, or
a research officer. Yeah, you must have a research officer. But for instance, so you know what a research officer is good. For instance, right? I'm in section now. I'm in section, and there is.
But every one of them has a research.
They should have, but not many of them can do it.
Okay.
Because they want to pocket the money. Okay, they don't do it. Okay. But if you want to be a perfect and an honorable person that will be admired for your workings, you must have a research officer.
Can you be a research officer?
I can be a very good
for a lawmaker?
when
You-
I
you
can
want
be
me-
a research officer
Yeah,
for a lawmaker. I still enjoy the profession that I'm part of. I love the profession. I love journalism.
All
The
right.
day I leave,
Uh-huh.
the day I leave the microphone,
Yeah.
I'm not going to a different field. I'm still going in the advocacy field. That is, I might be a legislator too.
Yes, I see
I'm
that.
ready.
I see that some days.
Yeah.
All right. So let's lay down the
Right.
rest. Will be joining Mr. Gabriel Williams
Okay, he's here.
in as
Oh, in the
soonest possible time. We will take calls. Not yet. Let me just take like 5-6 seconds, minutes for us to talk about violence against women in media and politics. Last week on Thursday, I was in Margibi,
Okay.
and then we're part of a network that was sponsored by the National Democratic Institute with the International Women's Media Foundation. We were in Margibi before the elections, the runoff, creating awareness for voters' education, because we found out that over 44,000 invalid votes across for the
presidential.
Yeah. So it was quite alarming. So we came together and said we have to do something. We have to buttress the efforts of National Elections Commission.
Mm.
So we went out, we spread ourselves, and I was in Margibi. We went on various radio stations, and we went around talking to people, and it was very hectic, but it was also fun educating people. And then after we did a post-election survey, and yes, we went talking with respondents. Like for me, I talked with 20 respondents,
Okay.
5 males and 15 females, and how they look at the entire process, violence against women in media and politics. Yes, we talk about physical violence. They also talk about verbal attack,
Okay.
physical attack, verbal attack, and also social media. So I want to use this time to say, women, these people, international organizations cannot, or local organizations cannot be spending on us.
Right.
Let me brag a little bit. These people would take us to Royal Hotel as expensive, spend 4 nights. I went there as I don't even see maybe the executive suite I've not entered, but I have. Why are you laughing at that? So my friends are there, we there, and I have my room. I went there on like 2 months in row.
Okay.
And 4 days in this month we went there. And you know what it means to sleep at the Royal Hotel for that length of time? It's almost $1,000 US.
Right.
And apart from that, they bring in people from across across the water. From the US and Canada and other countries,
Okay.
to come and impact us. And our goal, the goal of this of these institutions is to support women in media and politics, to end violence against women, in media and politics. But this is what I want to say, right? Women cannot be going against women.
Okay.
Yes, women. No, this is something that always happen. It is not. I'm not saying it because we just ended the Fiji election. No, I'm saying it because even in politics,
it happens.
Even in politics, this person will lift their hand, and the person who will be the number one person to be in that person's flesh is a female.
A woman. But it happened at the legislature. We're still in Dennis and I thought they went against women Bruce Mensah. When women Bruce Mensah were going for the deputy speaker position.
These are things that we cannot be getting the education. They say to him, the Bible says to him,
much
is given, much is expected. The people cannot be spending all this money on, or sometimes I even want to ask and say, can you please give me the money? Let me go and take a look. But it's not possible. We sleep there very comfortable. The last time I was there in my own room, and I had a wonderful time. Almost 4 to 5 days, I think, between there. So if you go and I say how much for a room, and they tell you, I was like, wow.
Why am I
So
planning all these things?
yeah, and then the next one we went to Cinco Palace. We had a wonderful time. We were almost like 50 persons over there.
Wow.
So when we cannot come back with all of these ideas and then we just sit on it and be like, oh man, for me, I will not just sit down. And I know my colleagues as well, they are doing great. They are working as well. So we are calling women should support women. And we have to be very supportive. We cannot, I will say this before I land, will take course. We cannot join the guys. Some of these guys are very, very selfish. I'm not gonna be. I'm sorry. I'm not.
No,
seeing,
no problem. Go
I'm
ahead.
not seeing you, right?
No, I know.
I'm talking like I'm.
Yeah.
Some of these guys are very selfish. They will attack women in media and politics. We should not join them. We should not support them. We cannot be getting this education traveling from one country. Some of you, every training in a place you are there. You understand? You understand? Fine. You are building your capacity. You have the opportunity, and I really appreciate that. But you cannot come by and act like you do not have any idea of some of the things that are happening. If you do not want to support someone, do not, bring them down.
Right.
That's what I want to say. If you cannot support you cannot support a sister. You cannot support a
If you
friend.
can't help, don't harm.
Yes. So you will have to be very careful. We cannot be getting all of this support. There are so many support for women and women now. Just organize yourself and you see you get the support. So I mean, before I let us continue to protect each other. And I will say this again. I said this yesterday. No, if you want to be a help to Fiji, please do not be divisive.
Right.
Is it the right word?
That's the word. Do not be divisive.
Yeah. So please, if you have to be constructive in helping to execute the platform of Lisa. She has a platform and it should be executed. Those all of those promises need to be implemented. If you want to be a help, you have to be very constructive instead of going there and and dividing the whole thing. You separating everybody. The whole place is so tense and everybody is so hot. There's one going against this other person, and we do not want to see that.
No, but people not necessarily in election laws because they do not have good platforms. So I said people don't necessarily in an lost election because they don't have good platforms. So even the people that lost, they got good platforms, but maybe it is not the time for them to serve.
Yes.
So that's why it's good to incorporate everybody.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you. You are right about that. So I'm calling on you. I know I saw you came on my post and you did.
I was asking you because you see,
no, please don't bring it yet.
You know I love to push you. I love to push you. And I was asking, and have you done it?
Look, I said I know Lisa before you.
No,
I said knowing Lisa. No, I will lay the basis.
Congratulated.
I will lay the basis. I said knowing Lisa before some of these, and that's not the issue, right? Lisa and
I was difficult for you to say yes or no to this.
No. I will bypass that question because
so you can't get a definite answer.
You further it. So we were in school together.
Listen more defeat.
No, they think in hell. No, that day. My voice even clearing.
You cry?
No, I didn't know. I beg you. I didn't cry, but
you were grieving.
While I was losing, I was still acting jelly American. No, it was fun. I had a whole press conference, like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and the other guy who was also supporting Dennis, and we were there, giving our people courage. And when I later on, after I talked to when I said I am the official person, spokesperson of the girl, they said, "Oh, okay."
Official spokesperson coming for you.
Okay, you'll be there. But on a serious note, it was fun. Even that day, we took pictures together.
Yeah, I saw them.
Yes, it was actually wonderful. Let us keep Fiji. Our intent of the goal of Fiji is to promote every female Should I say female journalist?
Right.
Okay.
Every female journalist.
Yes, and then we also go. We don't only focus on the female. That I mean, we should also be able to extend our advocacy to women.
Gender sensitive now. You're not only female, you gotta be gender sensitive. Well, everything about you, just
no,
get it to yourself.
it's like you won't be general minister. I assume more Eguasi I was going to post and say Eguasi won't be general minister in Lisa government.
No, even if Lisa was in the position of Ambassador Puaka, he said he want to send me to any office, I won't go there. I won't be in the labor area.
Okay.
Because I want to walk to Aslam and say stop this. I walk to Firestone and say stop this.
Yeah.
I love to have things happening.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's take calls for. We'll take calls for a few minutes, and then we'll let me tell Mr. Gabriel.
So just before you take off for a few minutes, let me say again, let me add up to you. Violence against women. I think there should be no men promoting such an act. I consider it as devilish, uncivilized, and I think that should now be continent in our society. And there should be no man in any community that will ever think of committing such an act, violent act, or any kind of violence act against women, because we should consider them, first of all, they are our mothers. Before being our wife, we should have them considered mothers. We should have them considered as our sisters, as our aunties. And so we should denounce all forms of violence against women. And that's why I always told young men the best way to address the issue is not by you going in a fist fight. It's not by you being brutal. It's not by you being assertive. It's not by you being abusive. It's not by you, being so loud in your argument.
So it's very good. It's very good. We have to get you guys on board. I mean, to be
That's
talking
why I say
about
be
this.
Gender sensitive. Get us there too.
No, of course. Ava Placky, just hold on a little bit. I told you I'm the official person of Team Dennis.
Okay.
And I said it here. I said it on various local community radio stations.
Okay.
If my candidate talk about inclusion, 85% for female, 15% for male, because we have to be gender sensitive. We cannot do anything, without the help. The last training we got before I go, organize the project proposal writing summit was facilitated by George Stewart, Mr. George Stewart. So after that training, when I came back home, I said, but I have to do something. And that's how I organized the with the support of my boss. We all did it together. The project proposal writing summit. Yes. So we need you guys on board. It's not possible for us to just do it on our own.
Right.
But we need you to be very constructive instead of coming to divide the whole stuff. All right. So we have Gabriel Placky,
the former deputy presidential press secretary.
Yeah, I don't know where he's going now.
And I asked her over and over, have you congratulated?
About the very election day that night, I did it in the chat room. I also did it. Ask her, Lisa, and ask her.
Have you called her?
I did it on Facebook. Go and check my page. The very night, I'm a very mature. Even yesterday, I was here. Go back to the live yesterday. I congratulated her and say I'm willing to work with her. And go on my Facebook page. I also have it there.
No, I think they are. I don't know. They wanted to undefeated themselves. I know the hell.
Let's see. Let me say this. Lisa contested before, and most of the 70%, no, you have to listen to me, or else then I will mute you. And I will just be talking. You know how you in 2017 you want bring. I will just mute you one time. All right. I congratulated Lisa and Orita on the very day they won the elections. That's one. No, man. No, these are two friends that contested. So I supported Dennis. Of course, who wants you? Who wants to go to election and lose?
I think what suffered them more was people. There are many people who said voting for Dennis was a continuity of the president of the current president leadership.
And furthermore, most of the votes, let me tell you, Abel, most of the votes were sympathy votes.
No,
Lisa, listen, I'm saying it. Lisa contested in the elections before.
There were no sympathy votes.
And I see it.
There were no sympathy votes.
Abel, y'all will push me. I will go back to the United Party. I will put my on your afternoon.
When you were doing counting, did you say these are the sympathy votes and these are the
true analysis?
Okay.
My man, please. Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. You know, we are not just calling on just female. It should be qualified and competent female.
Right.
We should stop that thing. Female should be giving. It should be a competent
and qualified
female. Female should work.
At the adjective there. Yeah.
Should aspire for the merit system.
Right.
It cannot be just any female. It's unfortunate. FISA are not even giving the statement. This is unfortunate. We have not listened to FISA, concerning the incident with a woman.
And you are not even. Have you gotten any statement from Cobwell too? I know Cobwell.
Cobwell.
A little girl was raped to death here. We haven't gotten a very strong water statement from FISA. You guys got to do more.
I mean, they put in election, but they put in election.
We were busy. You know how the election dream you Abel. You know how they go election dream you. We begging you. We been busy.
I saw the man walking on Kakata Street. I saw him.
Yeah, he knows what he went through.
Our Dynamic president is returning to the country on Sunday. People who thought he was dead, some of the people who thought he was in coma, some of the people who wishing him evil will send the arrow back to them.
Okay.
Our president-elect will be returning
on
Sunday,
tomorrow.
Christmas. The Christmas that we Christians celebrate and cherish so much.
Okay, Abel, thank you so much.
Days in our lives as Christians,
All right. Thank you, Abel.
Abel really walk. I saw Abel sweating. I said the man walking a smarting.
Hello.
I saw sweat down his body.
Yes, sir. It's good to have you on.
And let me say a pleasant good afternoon to my brother and friend, Agustin Shah.
Good afternoon, brother.
Just Madeline, congratulations for your ambassadorial title.
I'm honored.
Thank you. Just Madeline, there are a few things that people talk about. Quickly, I just want to speak to this issue of the sanitation of our city or taking care of our city. You see, one of those things I think that serves as a glitch or glitches to the issue of sanitation in this country. Just Madeline, if people should be in a position to clean the city or to get involved into this issue of sanitation, we should take into consideration maintenance. And what brings about maintenance is education. Our people must be educated to how to take care of themselves. Look, we always praise Madame Bro when she was at MCC taking care of the city. We say Madame Bro was very. But one thing she did not do for the length of time that she served in that area was to gather people and provide the education. Look, this is what you need to do. This is how you should put your waste. This is where you should put your waste. When people are not educated,
go on.
You would see them doing things. Hello?
Yeah, go on. Rashford, please hold on. Rashford, hold on, please.
So, says Madeline, as I was saying, I think it is very prudent and cardinal enough. Why these two people should be getting involved in this issue of sanitation? Let some of these organizations and institutions that are caught with responsibility of helping to provide cleanliness of the city, they must also try to educate our people. When our people are educated on how to maintain the cleanliness of the city, you will find people to export progress in this area. So I think the education aspect is important as well. Thank you for having me.
All right, thank you, sir. Thanks for placing your call. Halford.
Good afternoon, Madeline.
It's good to have you on.
So you're feeling cooking there right now because I need to come to eat my own.
Not even today. You even know the day. When you even get it, we showing the dessert.
I will come there. What's crazy?
He's off.
Okay, so thank you, and I know I will come to eat that rice. I don't know why the government is to pass a budget that they are going out just to affect the other government that is coming. That's why they are doing this. Now,
is it constitutional?
It's constitutional. The budget is constitutional.
It's fully constitutional when it's in a favor, but all the time they are not being doing it according to the constitutional. Like Augustine said, they are not being doing it according to time. They will drag, but this time now they are hurrying up, speeding up.
No, they didn't hurry up. They even drag. They are late. It should have been submitted since 3 months to the expiration of the expiration of the budget, the 2023 budget, and they just submitting it today. And I think the legislature only have 8 more days because the president asked for extra 10 working days.
Yeah, okay. So
Yeah, go on.
Anything behind it, we'll dig it out.
Okay.
But let's come to the sanitation aspect. This sanitation aspect, they're not just can carry there on the street. Now we, the citizens, can take it there on the street.
Right.
So I will urge the government to empower local bodies to do garbage collection.
Okay.
And in that, people should have garbage site. They should have a can that will place the dirt, including the business people. If we had a garbage can before our store, before the dirt, every houses have garbage can, and then these people that will be collecting the garbage will be paid. I think it will continue it. Then for us to just leave it like that.
Okay.
But if you get along the streets and you see garbage can, Liberty man, Liberian man, you got your garbage can. These people were like, hey, you get back. They have each house has garbage can.
It should be.
People go and collect. So we must introduce that garbage can to every houses within the community along the street.
Okay.
So that people will be able to
have
fun.
Have fun.
You watching me? All right.
Yeah, because another person on the line have fun. Please drop the line. Please.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Hammer, how you doing, brother? He just won't finish my brother credit. You have fun. Okay, Chief.
Okay. Christmas also finish.
Is that we shouldn't be ourselves. Because according always want to say, oh, that was time, who do it for the community of Roland doesn't know. That was doing for our heart and soul. We started to come up. And what this also about could be a already and stay about Tuesday will not be here. And every Friday and Saturday will go to the community exactly on. But when it is calling people think it's there for their home and go to around the road there. Okay. All the is wrong. It's not good for us. I just take your devil, you get a devil out of Zogo or Wusa and get out on a Tuesday and wizard and take you over there. We have a devil like one place and take a devil one place devil. But we shouldn't do it because we want job or that program to see, oh yeah, we don't want stock or no. If you are continuing process, if you are cleaner, it's never going there. Thank you so much for giving me a platform this afternoon.
Thank you so much. Thanks to every one of you for placing in your call. Now let's go down to the US and bring on Mr. Gabriel Williams, who is in the U.S., a former PUL executive. Chief, are you on? Yeah.
Yes, I am available.
Yes, sir. Yes. Good evening from Liberia.
Yes, and good morning from my end. It's around 8:24, going to 8:30 in the morning.
It seems like you are having breakfast.
Well, no, I am about to go out after this interview, to do some quick runs. So I have been up, but like I said, it's raining very heavily here for the past 2 days, and there's severe weather condition in most parts of the United States.
All right, so for the next few minutes we're going to be interviewing. I have with me Augustine Sa. I don't know whether you interacted with him before. Augustine Sa from yes, he works here at the Truth FM.
Please tell him I'm the current Secretary General of the Reporter Association of Liberia.
Oh wow! Well, nice connecting, Augustine, and always a pleasure, to be with you guys. Magdalene, of course, and Chris. How is Chris doing?
Yes, he's good. He's trying. He got some little cold, but he will be here tomorrow. He will be on tomorrow.
By the special grace of God.
Yeah, by God's grace. All right. So last year, let me take you back. 2021 in April, you wrote a letter to the Biden administration addressed to the U.S. Secretary of State Tony Blinken, in which it was widespread, talking about the widespread of corruption, human rights violations, and other acts of bad governance under the weird government. You also asked the U.S. government to sanction officials who were involved in such acts. You care to talk a little bit about it? Do you feel accomplished?
Well, thank you so much, Madeline, for as always having me on this program and for reflecting that 2021 yours truly and other colleagues of the press union, former leaders of the press union, Isaac D.E. Bantu, Emmanuel Abalo, there were three of us who sent this letter to the Biden administration through Secretary of State Anthony Blinken, actually drawing attention to widespread corruption and growing human rights abuses in Liberia. This was like 2 years ago. And you may remember when that letter was issued, there were feedback from people, supporters of the government, and they said we were dreaming, we were just here in America trying to make noise. And some of them even said that, I was bitter because they had dismissed me from a job. The issue at hand, they refused to address it, and this is what it is today.
Yes, you were actually abandoned by this current government.
Well, that is a personal issue. Besides, you have to be a person of principle. And, over time, they saw me more as a hindrance than someone who was there in government when they came in, and I was asked to stay on to help provide some guidance. But, when people are not prepared to learn, they're just not going to do it. Over time, they see you as a problem. And in the wake of my book that I published, drawing attention, to that, corruption is destroying Africa, the case of Liberia. They had not even read the book. And, and they were influenced by other people, and they went and did what it did. And so, but we remain consistent. We knew the country was going down. We knew that this government, we knew that if we didn't continue to blow the whistle, to draw international attention, to go to use the outlet that we have, and go directly to these people and telling them the problems, they didn't have to take it from us, but they do their own investigation. And what we have today is what we've been talking about a few years ago, and the guys sat there and they just thought, it was a dream. Now it's left with them to see whether it was a dream or it was just a mere play.
The U.S. government for imposing sanctions on government officials. While others are, having issue with the sanction that was, imposed on these officials, you are applauding the U.S. government. You care to?
Well, yes. Thank you. Please go ahead.
Yeah, you can go on.
Okay. Yes. Well, we live in a democratic world. Thank God, Liberia is gradually becoming a free country. Others can disagree for whatever reasons, but the facts are there. We have to say, look, you always see me when I give interview, I go back to history.
Yeah.
And during our times, we went through similar situation with Charles Taylor, and we were here writing, and they were saying that we were government. One of his ministers, actually information minister, went on radio and said, we were, anti-government. We were agent provocateur. That was actually the language he used on VOA. That's how he took me. And we were just basically trying to tell those guys, the way you are running this country, not only are you destroying the country, but there are serious consequences, international consequences you're going to bear, because the world is changing. And they didn't take it seriously. And here it is today. And just to come back into that quick history, a couple of years after Mr. Taylor's fall, one of his media persons, officials, wrote a book where Charles Taylor went wrong, actually outlining some of the very things we've been saying for years, pointing that. And then as I read the book, very well written, I wonder, where would they when we're raising attention to these things? Now the man is in jail. His whole world has crumbled. His life, his family, everything shattered. And some of you guys come in right. I have nothing with the book. But what if, why would gaslighting some of us who are trying to draw attention to this thing that will avoid this man spending the rest of his life in jail, so to speak?
So on the other hand, let me bring you back on the other side. The presidential candidate, Roland Roberts, slams sanction against he slams the U.S. government for the sanction against Liberia, and he called it let me read a few lines to put you on track. Presidential candidate Roberts II, Roland II, has slammed sanction imposed against Liberian government officials, describing it as America's systematic, institutional, abusive corruption targeting struggling African nation of Liberia. And then while you are on the other side applauding the U.S. government because they sanctioned, and the sanction officials of this government, and he's saying, and the candidate, the presidential candidate, is saying that it's like targeting our already struggling country.
Well, let me just let you know, when we were drawing attention to Charles Taylor's abuses in Liberia, there were people in the United States government, especially politicians, who were criticizing the actions that the American government was taking, sanctions and other actions until Liberia crumbled. So yes, we live in a free world, and let me just come back to this candidate you're talking about. I've seen some of the articles. Look at this presidential debate. Is he among those presidential? Look, you have close to almost 200 people running as American president. But those that matter in terms of the substance of the issue that gain the national attention, those are the ones that you hear them talk about. So I am not saying to relegate anybody. I'm just saying, this man is a politician. He will criticize the government. It's the role of the opposition to criticize the government. And so I have no problem with it. It's part of the democratic course. The people in Liberia can criticize the United States government. I hear some of them criticizing. But here's the point, Magdalene. We put ourselves in this situation. Our leaders have made this point that these people have been acting like juveniles. When you ask the children, some grown ups have to come in the room to restore order. This is what it has been. They have not demonstrated leadership. And if we knew, and this is why imagine we as Liberians have to go to other people to say, you can't help us, our country falling apart. Because our leaders are not accountable to us. They're acting recklessly. They're misbehaving. It hurts to God to go to other people for them to come in. And every time we go to, this time they will say, Liberia is independent. But when trouble comes, who do we go to? America, you come on. America, you come on. When America has not intervened, nothing gets done. As was the situation recently with the war. People will spend all their money, to bring that country to where it is. These sanctions, they've gone over years. It takes the engagement of the government. But when you have people who are reckless, who are ignorant in a sense, and they don't want to learn, just is what it is.
But you think there should be action more than the sanction? Because there are people who are sanctioned. They are living their lives. In fact, they are still going after elective offices. So you think that there should be something more than the sanction?
Well, just read. I'm sure it was also in the Liberian media about the new law that Congress passed that will commit, that will make the American government to go after and prosecute anybody for anywhere in the country and anywhere in the world that will go, dealing with American businesses or companies or leaders, and you try to, bribe them. They can take legal action against you. So look. We are entering a new era of global engagement that people in Liberia who want to remain in their backward mindset, when they wake up like the river window, will change that country. We can't sit here and people take the government job. Some of them go to government with the express desire to loot the country and enrich themselves. And then they don't feel accountable. Do you think it feels good for us to go to other people to seek assistance? Their own country? Nobody wants to do that. You talk about sovereignty, but what sovereignty do we have when the leaders are so juvenile they don't even understand their own responsibility? So they go come for help. So other people have to come in. And we tell you what if Liberia will run down and we will collapse.
So let's talk about the importance of diaspora in the development of Liberia. Tell us, many at times on this platform we interview you, Mr. Gabriel Williams. When will you be in country? And you say, right now I do not have any idea. I will come, and I don't know when. But it's like you are on your way now to Liberia. Maybe your dreams have fell on a feather sword.
Thank you so much. At least I don't have to rush to Liberia for nothing right now. All we wanted to do to create an enabling environment where when you want to go in, you can go in. When you want to come out, you can come out. I don't have to take job from any government, but I got my business there. The Inquirer newspaper, I'm a co-owner, I'm the chair of the board of shareholders. We have 20-something employees. We have office. You got to run that business in the wake of Mr. Philip passing. Keep that institution running. It's part of the headache.
But you were also concerned about your safety. You were concerned about your safety as well.
Thank you. My safety. And since I went to Liberia 2019, and these fellows took their job, and then they started telling me I started receiving information, which you are aware, indicating that I should watch my back. I'm not going to be the suicidal something. And since we came, we've been drawing attention to the secret recruitment of combatants, Bakoji and other people, and people kept dismissing it. Here it is now; it has come to light. You cannot have a bunch of goons and misfits running our country. You come to kill you for nothing, like they did, to these auditors. The guys are reckless. I was not going to lose, put my life in any harm, but even not so much that I'm afraid of them. But when you're dealing with people who have this sense of mind, cold-blooded murderers, you have to be sensible enough to make the move. Yes, the country is free. I can now come in anytime I want. But it is not that there's going to be a mad rush. No, I got stuff doing. I got to play myself.
Were you run after? What are you were run after?
Yes, the last time I was in Liberia, it was published in the media. The Front Page Africa, Daily Observer, the Inquirer, all of these national publications carried it. That I was threatened in that country.
For what?
It was published.
Yeah, I have the printed article right there called "The Corruption is Destroying Africa." I mean, it's the title of the book. Corruption is Destroying Africa.
Well, I can't ascribe to them, but when I came in and somebody from the president's office hinted that they would be firing me, and then it took place, and then later on they said, "Watch your back." Can you imagine? I went to the funeral of my father-in-law. And then after I was there, the weekend we buried my father-in-law. But when I returned from Bon County to Monrovia, my brother died that Monday, and I was there doing it. And these fellows wanted. And look, I was living in terror until it was time to leave the country. I couldn't even go to church. The only public appearance that I had was at my brother's funeral. And immediately after that, I snuck out of the country. And then information started coming out that they were threatening me. So why am I coming back? So they can bring their bloodthirsty thugs, battle-hardened, or how how you call it, rebels that have been using killing people in our country. Those guys will kill you and they will go ahead and nothing will happen. It will just be investigation. So yes, the country is open now. I can come in and do what I have to do, as a Liberian and contribute more peacefully. And I don't have to be afraid of anybody, the government coming after me because of my opinion. If anybody try it, look, and I need to make this point. If you keep people out of their country, you threaten them and they run out, they will do everything they can to take you down. And it's happening in war after war after war after war. All the civil wars in Africa, most of those who staged them, they are abroad. In our case, we use our intellectual means to tell these people that you don't bring people and they don't want to learn. You help them, they don't want to take correction. They are anti-education, anti-experience. They just want to run the thing that they're running a ghetto. And it's unacceptable for a country. We have slipped too much. The country has declined considerably. It's beyond words. The collapse, that this country has suffered under me, so we are, and it has to be corrected.
Okay, so before you were replaced, were you, apart from this book, the title "Corruption is Destroying Africa: The Case of Liberia" is the title, right?
Yeah, that's the title.
Apart from the publication of this book, was it sold out in Liberia?
Well, the book has never been launched. Frankly speaking, as we speak, I'm actually trying to redo it.
But how come?
Consultation now.
How?
It has not been launched.
Yeah.
Because 2019, the book was. It was published in 2019. I got fired. I came back in December, and then that 2019, all it was 2020, 2022, 2021. It was the COVID. Everything got shut down. And from that time to this time, a lot of changes have taken place. So I'm actually, as we speak, working on it. We're doing some readjustment. They're going to cost me some money, but we are in technical, something to make the necessary adjustment. And then at the appropriate time, in a year or so, we will have it launched more formally. But it's on the market. It's online and people are buying it.
So in your book, are there instances you cite, because your title says corruption destroying Liberia? Africa. Are there instances that you cite within the book wherein one can reference easily?
Yes. There are numerous instances, and and I make comparison with countries that are well managed, that have good the process of governance in place. You look at one part, and there are another country that is being being run through a dysfunctional system of governance. And I use Ghana and Liberia, for example. And when you start a book, I take you to North and South Korea. The North Korea regime is an isolated regime, and the country is backward, darkness. And South Korea, the light, the people are more developed. And I use the example of Accra and Monrovia. One night I came from Washington D.C. and I flew to Accra. From Accra to Monrovia. When the plane took off, you look at the skyline, you look at the beauty of Accra. When the plane, 2 hours or so later, when the plane landed in Monrovia, people, I overheard people asking the plane, when the pilot announced we have landed in Monrovia, where is the place? No light, the whole place was in darkness. Look, to get out of that plane, I felt so small. It shows the difference. But people, look at Accra and look at Monrovia. And you will tell the difference. The mismanagement that we've been dealing with. And I'm not blaming one government, but it doesn't absorb in the government of their responsibility to do what they can to improve conditions for our people. The country is not there for you to loot it. And go build let's take some of them got houses in Ghana and other places. The new government got to go after them. This is why we are seeking the support, the assistance of the United States government, and we'll keep making this noise for the incoming administration to reach some agreement with the United States government to strengthen this corruption fight. We don't want it to be left to the Liberian, MO.
Will you?
We will not go anywhere and we leave this just for Liberia to do it. No.
will you push the Joseph Walker government to make an indictment of sanctioned officials so that they will be able to justify some of the allegations leveled against them?
We are going to do that, but we're not just going to leave it, like I said, we're not going to leave it to the Liberian way of life anymore. This is why we are beginning now to call on the government elect, so that once they take power, they should be able to engage the United States to help us to put in place the necessary systems and processes that will ensure, swift corruption, swift investigation and prosecution of these people. Those that will be held liable. If there are cases from the past that need to be brought up, so be it. But we cannot continue to go through this way where people come into the government with the express desire.
Which one will you prefer, empowering the LACC to go after these cases, or you prefer the American government to come to Liberia, get people who are alleged of corruption and creating some human rights abuses as well to prosecute them?
Did I not just tell you that, at the risk of repeating myself, that we do not want to leave this thing to the Liberian way of life?
Meaning you don't trust your system. Meaning you don't trust your system.
I'm talking about the prosecution. You're talking about the Liberian Anti-Corruption Commission. What has been the accomplishment in the past few years? So we gotta leave it to them. You're gonna have
a new government.
Listen, we need the government to fund the LACC, bring people with the credibility, with the support of the United States. The LACC can run the way it's supposed to run. But at this, it is just nothing but a partisan group.
So you support audits. You support audit. You support audit. You support audit.
We support audit all the way, and support prosecution and the appropriate penalties. If we don't do this, we run a risk of going around this thing. Look, I give you an example in America. Their own president, because of the way he conducted himself in the last election, the past president, these people are prosecuting him to set examples, not just him. But that, there are certain behavior you don't bring in public service. And we got to do the same thing for our country. If we fail to do this, I'm telling you, our progress will continue to be snail-paced, if completely stalled, and you bring in people who have no competence, taking over our country. They will be surrounded by nothing but a bunch of criminals and misfits, and they will keep dragging our country on. But if we set example, as in the case of this group that going out, trust me, people want to learn a lesson. Why you think, for example, with all the recent trouble we have with this election, people were careful not to go in the bush to go fight, because they saw what happened to Charles Taylor and his group. They saw what has happened to all the warlords. Some of them have been deported from here. So people were careful. With all the violence, I believe it was continuing to extend the war because people had learned a lesson. If we grab these people one by one and use good example, trust me, qualify the assistance of the Americans, that they came to help with the Charles Taylor thing. If we can set examples on these people, the next group that come, they will be more careful in the conduct of public affairs.
In the conduct of public affairs. But let me go back to the article published by the New Dawn newspaper, and the presidential candidate, Roland Robert. Yes, he's saying America has committed some of the greatest crimes against humanity, and acts of corruption in the name of war, order, control, dominance, and etc. But he's speaking out of should I say anger, because the same thing that is going on, according to him, what is going on in America is the same thing happening here, but the same heinous crimes, but they try in his writings, they try to strangulate Liberia, a struggling nation.
I so repeating myself, Magdalene. This political candidate, this presidential candidate, is entitled to his opinion. And when you are engaging these things, as was in the case of Charles Taylor, there were people who were saying, "You're doing nothing to the man." And people in America who were, in the system, the American establishment, who were saying nothing, it was bad for the American government to come after Charles Taylor. But look at what Liberia is today. And I just gave him an example. So Mr. Whatever is his name, he's entitled to his opinion.
You don't know the Canadian name?
Huh?
You don't know his name?
I did not know much of him until I saw his article in the paper, yesterday. I'm telling you, if you check the list of presidential candidates, there may be 100 or more. So anybody can come from anywhere and make pronouncement.
This is not an anybody. This is a state man.
He's a senator and vying for the presidential position.
That's what I'm saying. He has an opinion. I am not going to say anymore.
Okay.
This is America, people.
So
to your opinion.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
so one could say that just as he's entitled to his opinion, same with you. You are entitled to your opinion, because why would you want to be leaving your anti-graft institution and go to America asking for America to come and have some interference, one may say, into your homeland matters?
Yeah, because anti-graft, institution has proven to be incapable custodian of the trust. Their behavior, I think it was a very anti-graft leader who understand. I think the ruling party and stuff. You can't do these things.
Okay.
The of these people, they are questionable. So the organization needs to be set up to be professional, to conform to its functions, and not to pander to partisan politics.
You people that are appointed to these positions, if not those positions, are not partisans. They are professional and qualified, competent Liberians.
But performance is different. Your integrity is another thing. You have qualification if you prove to be to lack integrity. If you prove to go and be partisan, because you want to keep your job, to feed your belly. That's what most of these people are doing. Look, there's nothing wrong with seeking assistance of people who are in the position to help move this process power for us. For us to enable the Black administration to be more effective in the fight against corruption, we need the expertise of Americans. Investigation, means the police is not capable of investigating. I'm telling you, when there was I'll give you an example. When I was deputy minister at the Ministry of Information, and this corruption scandal broke, the report the police did, they issued a false report that was sent to the president. It was John Molu, the former Auditor General, who is now in Monrovia. He did an extensive investigation, and because of his refusal to accept the police result, that's how the minister was fired and he got indicted. So, all that thing you're doing there, if you don't put, a strong integrity system in place, these fellows who are just there to feed their bellies, that's how you want to be. That's how we want it to be changed. We want serious people, we want professionals, we want these institutions to be funded and supported by the government.
Okay. All right. So if you are in tune, this is State of the Nation. I'm Magdalena, along with Augustus. We have Mr. Gabriel Williams. Mr. Gabriel Williams is a former official of the President of Liberia. He also served as Assistant Minister for Information Services and Deputy Minister for Public Affairs at the Ministry of Information, Culture, and Tourism. All right. So, Mr. Former Executive of the PUL. PUL is in a serious crisis. Last year, I went at the Bond County, I cast my vote, and I was waiting to attend the inauguration. Yes, and I've asked you on numerous occasions on the interview what happened, your intervention, and now you are calling on the media to have a free and responsible press. How can this be achieved in the midst of crisis,
especially from the Mola Union?
Yeah.
Yes. The state of affairs in the PUL is really sad. Just to start off, when you need leadership, it's not about you. You got to, the calling power. And I thank God I was able to meet the old man personally, when he was Secretary of State. before, he left, before he passed. In his book, the man said that when you are in any position, anywhere, you must not put your ego in front.
Right.
Just make sure you leave enough room so that anything you'll be able to wiggle.
Mm-hmm.
You can't take a stand and say, I will not do it, and then when it can't come, it's difficult for you to do it because you feel that's what I mean. Look, the people all think it is always when there's a need for negotiation between the two parties. I understand that the case is in court, it is sub judice. When matters in court, from my little elementary legal language that it is, you can't comment on it.
Right.
But there's a need for the two parties to get together.
There's a ruling today from the court where they send them back to the circuit court in Banga.
Yeah.
Thank you. So what I'm saying is the parties that initiated this legal action, they are the only ones who can go and get it out.
Right.
And everything, I use your program, Magdalene, I respect you guys, thank you for giving. I always use, teaching moments. And let me give you another background to why I say there's a need for them to reach out. When we were, during our leadership of the press union, during the early years of the war, and the country was divided, and Chile was running his government and they had a press union, everything in Banga. Why the legitimate leaders who were in Monrovia, and we say we're not recognizing Charles Taylor. Eventually, due to the contacts, we a delegation led by Emmanuel Abalo and I went to Banga. We spent a week to reconcile with our colleagues in spite of the bad feelings. We went there, reaching an agreement that we would begin to work together. While we're there, the people in Monrovia, with the Indian government, they went and spread false rumor that Balo and I had gone to Banga. Taylor paid us, and we had recognized Charles Taylor's government. And it was a very critical moment, period in our history in those days. The press union participated in the Banjul conference that established the interim government. And that was a major turning, major soul point between the union and Taylor. We met with Mr. Taylor. And Taylor, specifically, I want you guys to just give me a minute. Let me explain this because you people, you are going to go through all of these things. Taylor said, why you guys in Monrovia hate me like this? Why have I done the Monrovia press? And in the conversation, I told Mr. Taylor, I said, sir, we don't hate you. We said, but your policies are what created a problem for you. These combatants are running, they're harassing people, they're terrorizing people, they're killing people, and then the people run to Monrovia and they tell us these stories, the journalists are not able to come. Look, while I was talking, when I lifted my head, they stared at Charles Taylor were giving me sense, chill down my spine. Then I clarified myself. I said, sir, if you open this room, and the journalists start coming in, a lot of them falsehoods that people spreading Monrovia will not happen. The Taylor said, this guy is right. He said, Mr. Williams is right. He looked at Joe, his Minister of Information, and Gasa Yamento, Joe Molba, his Minister of Information, and Gasa Yamento, his press secretary. He said, your work with Mr. Williams and the press people, let the journalists start coming. And we started all by arranging. They will come and escort the journalists from the boundaries, the pole, where was the boundary going to Banga, and they would take them in. Over time, the journalists started going in and out. So those were the initial stage for the opening of the road. But when we came back from Banga, to tell you the main reason why, the people said we had sold out to Charles Taylor, and they smeared us. They were all in the media. The people, the press union, people said they would not accept the decision. You know what about them? I said, we resigned. We said we want to save the integrity of the press union and our individual integrity that were being smeared by these kinds of acts. We went to Banga. God knows we didn't do anything wrong. We never reached any agreement with Mr. Taylor. He didn't pay us. So if you think that we would do that, we resigned. And then the people, they appealed to us to come back. Our condition and investigation should be conducted to see whether, when we went to that meeting with people from Banga, the interim government people, the late Tom Kamara represented the interim government at our meeting. When we presented the document that we signed in Banga, there was nothing in that document about that we recognized to government. And Mr. Kamara, he was then a director of communications at the Soros office and one of the top people in the press union. He said, look, I apologize to these gentlemen, for everything. There's nothing in this document, and that was the end of that. Okay, and then the press union got reunited. when there was time for election, because all the headache that we suffered, I decided not to seek re-election. I decided not to run, but to create an atmosphere for the leadership, for new leadership to come in. And since then, we've been going through this. So I'm just saying this. Don't put yourself in this thing. Think guys can go and let somebody back out. Let them find negotiation. There are some efforts that have begun. I don't want to run ahead. But over time, those who are dealing with it in Monrovia, you will hear an announcement. Leaders of the PUL, former leaders, they're working together something. There's some new ideas, there's some discussion. They are not taking shit yet. But when the time is right, you will hear who's doing it. At least to get these fellows, to see how, meeting, we can have meeting of the minds for them to take the case out of court. When the matter is sub judice, as it is, you can't speak to it. You can't do anything, but they can take it out. If somebody they will have to reconcile that we did. It was a very painful exercise, I'm telling you. But we did for the sake of the press and the sake of our country. So I think somebody can do it. Somebody need to go to these fellows who are the leaders now to talk to them. And this is what we want to do. But you can't come in the press and be talking about it, Magdalene. That's why many times you talk about it and I just address it the way I have. So thank you again.
Yeah, but Chief, on a serious note, you need to intervene as soon as possible, because even Fiji went to election. I think you followed, and we got our president now. RAL went to election. Yes, the Secretary General, and we have the president. We also have the vice and other, executives of the association. So, PUL, we respect PUL a lot, and we expect, PUL to act accordingly, and it would be, very helpful if you intervene as soon as possible, because, you are former executive, so maybe your intervention could hardly be taken, or your suggestions, your pieces of advice. Even though it's in court, they say sub judicial, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, but thank you. But the thing is, it cannot be an individual effort. I am part of a collective effort. We're working in our collectives, and at the appropriate time, public announcements are going to be made to that effect. But it cannot be an individual undertaking. Then you create more problems. It's not going to solve it. Given my history and my understanding of Liberia, I'm not going to venture out there and come and say, I am bringing the marijuana. I'll be deluding myself. But we are coming in our collective in dealing with this matter.
Chief,
and,
I know what you can do. I know what you can do. I say I know what you can do. I know what you have done. In April 2021, the article, a joint statement, or you wrote the Anthony Blinken, and I just read a few lines from the article. And you always been like pushing sanction officials, or corrupt officials should be sanctioned. And here are we now, you plus the likes of others. So PUL is just PUL is just so small that you can handle with your level of advocacy or maybe your intervention.
I got your point, but these two developments are not mutually exclusive. They're very different in their dimension and understanding. The contexts are different, Marilyn. I understand, yes, it's different to go and write a letter to the American people, and it's different to deal with your own local organization. It is two different things. And this is why I say that we are working our collective. I wouldn't want to say anything more than that at this point in time, because I don't want to see myself as the person coming out. But definitely, trust me, it is a matter that is under consideration. As a matter of fact, there's a meeting among this group of people that are talking about will be taking place this week. And over time you're gonna see it. Because people, and some of our prominent people, our old hands, some of the people who've been there when we were cop reporter, we try to see how we could get them on board. It's better that when there is a better meeting of the minds, the results are going to be good, for the organization to get the matter out of court. But it is not an individual thing. And I cannot come here and claim that I have the ability to do that. Then, I say I'll be deluding myself, given my understanding of the way things go in Liberia.
Okay, sir. It was wonderful having you. We wanted to have taken some calls, but we actually pressed with time. Thank you so much.
Okay. It's my pleasure, and thank you for the time as always. And Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you and Chris and the rest of the team, and to the Truth FM people. Very well done for a year, and Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to all people, all of people in Liberia. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay, sir. You're welcome.
Okay, bye.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Mr. Gabriel Williams. Augustine.
Yeah.
Thanks for your support.
Thank you so kindly. Of course, I would love to say thanks to those of you who've been following us, listening via the radio as well. Thank you. It was a nice collabo. Being back on State of the Nation. I know, like I said for my intro.
A nice collabo with your big sister.
No problem. You know,
for me, you already know that, right? You see?
No, the thing about me, I just one person who believe. My late father used to say, "Yes, I can tear trouser." So I'll be big sister. Thank you so kindly as well. I like to say thanks as well to our many callers. Yeah. Too many persons in my inbox asking as to whether they coming Friday for the appreciation story you want to have.
I beg you that different to your own now.
It's not for them. I don't know. It's for staffers of RCR. They're talking about people calling for their comfort zones, for their abandoned districts.
Bobby Addison, let's try to read some of the comments
what
here.
Bobby Addison is talking about.
Councillor Thomas E. Livingstone, Jeffo from Greenville, Sando County. Emma Hammond say Magdalene and newly co-host. I got to make it with their platform.
No, I can make it with the platform.
You can. You sure?
As of January.
As of January.
As of January, I can make it with the platform.
You got so much issue. Emmett Hammer, yes. Congratulations, Ambassador Magdalene Joseph. Yeah, please come. Joseph Soiree, followed for Tottenham Bread, Bomi County, Vanti Kanakai. Yes, also he said, please send me your number from Cape Mount. I'm supposed to be in Cape Mount on Saturday. I'll be going to a few group of people there, and yes, I will be there. So I will tell you on Friday where exactly I will be. Maybe some of you can come, so we can have a conversation. Also, and Alison Small, yes, and Missionary Howard. Ernest Zobwe, Bobby Blair Addison asks you to please take off your group of 72nd stuff.
He doesn't even know the shirts that I'm wearing.
And here, veteran, yes, Prince Towe, yeah, thank you guys. Thanks to every one of you for following. Thanks to every one of you for your contribution. We have to go, and I may not be on tomorrow. Yeah, I may not be on tomorrow. I'm supposed to be in Bond County either this evening or tomorrow.
You're making too many travels these days.
Is it too? So you know my little brother traveled India for studies.
You are making too many travels.
So why the folks, everybody was saying, like they were tearing because he will be leaving for, he leaves for
India.
Yes, and he's going to spend like maybe.
He left already.
Yeah, he left already.
Okay.
He will soon be arriving.
Okay.
So everybody was like, yeah. So I said, I'll be traveling. And everybody like, I said, I'll be traveling Bunker. Everybody's like, can you imagine? I'm traveling.
But you're traveling.
I'm traveling Bunker. And everybody started
from one state to another.
I said, what if people left and please Benin? I'm going to Bunker.
But you can rapping. You can go to a Samaritan Point. Go to Springfield. Yeah. You can go on there.
All right, so we got to go. Thanks so much.
Thank
tomorrow
you.
We'll see you on tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay. Freedom from every mountainside, let freedom ring. From every village, from every town, from every city. Yes, let freedom ring. And we'll see you on tomorrow. It's going to be another wonderful time. Rest assured. Okay.
Let freedom ring, and when this happens,
When we allow freedom